Hey everybody, welcome to the new video. My name is Midway, and today I bring you some more The Walking Dead Survivors with Hand of Aptoid. More on that later, check the links in the description. But today we're gonna be checking out what you should be doing every day in order to maximize your growth by just doing a simple set of daily chores, as well as just giving you an idea of what you must do in order to progress within this game. Just easy, simple tasks which you might have forgotten sometimes. But yeah, easily enough, I've already not done most of this. Like for example, first things first, what you should always be doing is trying to always keep something upgrading, right? Obviously there will be different things that you want to be focusing on. For example, you should try and level up your town hall as much as you can, but obviously before doing that you will have some requirements, right? So those should always be guides, sort of pointing you towards what you need to be focusing on upgrading. I know I need to be upgrading stuff like, for example, my water tower, but I cannot do that until I have a well at least of level 10, right? So you know the drill. You have certain things you want to be leveling up, but you are not able to level them up until something else is leveled up. So just keep doing that. Make sure you got as many, or rather top up just your building queues, right? If you don't have enough resources, obviously try and get some of those. We'll get into that in a moment, but yeah, try and always have stuff leveling up. It doesn't really matter what it is, but obviously try and figure out what's going to be best overall. It's just a matter of efficiency here, but if you just keep something being leveled up, that's already something you're doing right. Just make sure you're trying to get always those buildings running up and leveling up, so you can just become stronger. Pretty much that's the first thing you should be focusing on daily. But as you can see, there is some choices behind it, and sometimes it's not as straightforward. Now obviously if you are trying to grow strong as a whole, that's why I recommended to go with the town hall always first, and then whatever you are suggested to upgrade. But you should try and delve into upgrading all sorts of buildings. One set of buildings that will be very important and we'll touch on immediately is going to be your troops, your troop buildings, the buildings that allow you to train troops. You should always try and keep them running and just build or upgrade troops from one tier to another as much as you can. This will of course allow you to just have more troops ready to go into the battle, so you can also be, you know, stronger, right? Having better troops also portrays some of that power, so you can clear out some other avenues of content, types of content. You can participate in events, play with your alliance, whatever, right? So just keep on running, just keep upgrading your lower level troops, or for that matter, just training new ones if you also want to be doing that. It doesn't really matter, just make sure you keep on you keep those running as much as you can, like I'm doing right here. So I should be able to just click that and promote, and there we go. We are now promoting some of those, right? So yeah, and also leveling up the buildings that are allowing you to create more of this units is going to be really important, because the higher the level, the more units or the more powerful units you are going to be able to train. So therefore focusing on those is going to be usually a pretty good idea. Now, focusing on upgrading your buildings that generate resources is not a bad idea, at least and especially if you have some spare time that you're going to be around for a little while, because these buildings, you know, they don't take too long to upgrade once they are like lower level, right? But there's a lot of them, so it's kind of difficult to just keep up with them. If you're like leveling up one level at a time, right? It's like 3 minutes, 8 minutes, 15 minutes, right? You're going to be long enough, and once you come back, you got to do it again, right? So if you have a little bit of time and you're going to be around, just try and do those, right? Just focus on making sure you're just keeping up those leveling up something, so you will just promote them overall, and that's just going to be overall increasing your power by quite a little bit, because you want to eventually just have some strong resource generation. Now for that matter, you also should always be training something on your academy, or in this case you call it the library in this game, right? So you want to be focusing on whatever you need to. Sometimes the story quests, which will be down on the left, will tell you what to do or what to focus on. So if you have any recommended quests or any other tasks that are being told to you to be done, always focus on those. And if in this case we're being told to research fast builder, right? So can we do that? I don't think we can. First we need to do something else, right? So following that train of leveling up stuff is always going to increase your progress by quite a bit, just making sure you're focusing on the right set of things. But at the same time, yeah, some of this research early on, like for example this one will take only a few minutes, so it's almost done, right? You want to keep on checking if you can that it is done. Otherwise just do whatever it's going to take the longest, so you can keep it busy for as long as you can, right? So on that matter, there's also going to be the daily quests, right? Daily quests will be tasks that you'll probably just complete as you are doing the rest of your daily chores, and that will allow you to grab some extra rewards, right? So if you are going to be, you know, you want to be getting a little bit extra out of this quest, you can always claim 2 times, right, by watching an ad. I'm pretty sure you can probably buy something in order to make that. You don't really have to watch an ad, right, if you pay for something, but in this case, if you want to be getting the most, you gotta watch the ad. Otherwise, just keep on doing the daily quests. You don't really have to focus on every single one of them. I'm pretty sure you can reach the max reward without having to do them all, but the more you do, the better, right? So that's always a set of things you have to focus on daily in order to maximize the output of just rewards and resources you get out of everything, right? So we already finished up with this research. We'll just get something else cooking, right? So whatever we are being told to level up something else, we'll just get this going, right? It might not be the most optimal thing, but whatever, that's something to be done, right? So something else you can do and you should be doing is basically kill all these little things that show up around your town. You will have these combats that are going to be taking almost no time. They are basically immediate, and I'm not even sure, do they consume stamina? I don't really know if they do, but right, they're just free resources. They take no time, right? And in that same matter, by doing those, you might also just explore anything that's going to be showing up around your town, so you are going to be just grabbing a bunch of easy resources and expanding your city and such, right? Progressing, right? So then you will also have these other types of quests, challenges, I don't know what to call them really. They're part of an event, and really they are going to be giving a lot of very important resources like clay and cloth, as well as just some other building resources. So doing these ones as much as you can really, because they have a bit of a refresh over time, right? It takes like 2 hours for each refresh. You can do this multiple times a day, but if you can just like log in once a day and do as many of these as you can, at least the ones that are going to be giving you the most resources, it really helps out. Just doing a little bit of this, it's pretty easy. You can get some of these rewards without really needing any combat power, because they're just like, they have no opponents, right? So it's just free power. There's also the quizzes, you can call them, right? So let's see. Well, which is a combo? Can you get out of that? Okay. Is combo for attacking another clan's building, or a condition rather. Oh, well, I don't know. I have no clue, so probably go with that one. And well, I guess I just got it right. But sometimes you get questions from the Walking Dead lore, so those are a little bit more entertaining if you've watched the series. If you haven't really, sometimes it's just questions about the game, some technical aspects. Otherwise, you can just randomly select one. But yeah, they are somehow engaging, and they do give some easy rewards. Now, something else to do that's certainly not something you should ignore is just clicking everything that's shining, really, right? Like once you play mobile games, you know, whenever something's shining or red or something, it looks like it has a notification, just go ahead and click on it, and you'll probably get some free rewards, right? So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that real quick, and as you can see, you can just get yourself some nice and easy rewards going through the store. Then you got a bunch of events, right? You will be able to just claim a bunch of random stuff that it might not be a lot on its own, but you know, it will amount to something, and eventually you might just be getting lucky with some of these random events, or you might just accumulate stuff over time, right? So it doesn't take too long. I won't really do all of those right now, but those are something you should be trying to do because it takes no time. Now, something else I want to mention is, for example, playing some of these battles, right? Some of them, like for example the duels, take almost no time. They're pretty quick, and they are also very important. You can get some rewards out of them, like for example some resources. Whenever you win, you will get some resources to build equipment, which you will be able to use in order to make your survivors stronger. All kinds of survivors, those whether they are more utilitarian survivors or you're going to be using them for fighting, right? You have some set of stuff to do here. You can also claim some free stuff from a lot of these battles without really needing to play, and checking out the store. So if there's something you are interested in buying, probably just go ahead and check that out, right? So there's something that I wanted to point forward to you, and obviously there will be some offers daily, so if you want to choose, check those out. By the way, check out Aptoid, as I mentioned before. Go down to the link in the description if you want to be getting more value for the same amount. If you use Aptoid and you play this game, the Walking Dead Survivors, or any other Android game on an Android phone or an emulator on PC, you will be able to just get an extra sort of cashback whenever you're making a purchase. For example, if we're trying to purchase this pack right here, what's going to happen is that the wallet from Aptoid is going to show up, and in this case it's going to be asking for my credit card details, so it's not going to be showing properly on the screen. But yeah, it will be telling you that you're going to be getting a bonus that can go up to 30%. Then you can use that bonus to make extra purchases, so you basically get more value for the same money. If that's something you might be interested in, check out the link in the description for the video on how to set that up for yourself, and use my code if you're going to be doing so. That really helps me out. But yeah, one last thing I want to mention before we head out is to basically just try and use as much stamina as you can, right? The Walking Dead Survivors is a game about killing walkers as well as playing some PvP. And, you know, there's going to be a lot of resources that are going to be really important, especially the ones that I mentioned before. For example, clay and cloth that are going to be coming by really easy, as well as others that we will be unlocking later on. Just try and use some of that stamina, killing the highest level of walkers you can with your formation, right? So that's going to be allowing you to get more resources basically for nothing. Obviously, some troops might die, so just if they die, just go back to your city and keep healing them, right? That's always going to be important. By the way, join an alliance is always going to be helping a lot in order to just be able to access some stuff, like for example some events. People will help you out, will speed you up, will get some extra buffs from being in an alliance, and you will be able to just get more stuff out of the game if you're just in one, right? So yeah, there's always plenty of things to do in this game, really. If I was going to be going into everything, for example, you might be able to just use your skills on all your survivors, or something that you want to be doing daily. It's not too important really, at least not now, because these are really weak skills. They don't really give too much, but eventually they might grow up to be a bit stronger. Crafting equipment is not something that you really can do daily, but if you are able to keep up with the resource generation, that's always going to be a pretty big power increase. You will see about that. And then of course use your free radio summons, right? For example, right here I got some good amount of fragments for that one survivor, so I'm using the ones that I got from some events and such. But using your free ones, right, it doesn't take you anything. You can get some every day. There's only 3 in this one, right? So you will only have to keep being online for a little while for the lowest tier one, but some of the other ones, you know, I spent some gems right there. But yeah, just get those kind of things done. Really, it takes no time. The most important thing really is just to keep things upgrading, and keep the daily quests just being done as much as you can as well, and try and use your stamina if you can be online for a little while and play as much as you can. Really, that's always going to be the way of doing the biggest progress. But if you're not able to log in too many times a day, then the first thing you really want to be making sure you're doing is to keep stuff upgrading, keep stuff being researched on the academy, or in this case, what's it called back once again, the library. And also, if you can afford it, to also send some survivors and some formations out into the wild in the map in order to be gathering stuff. For example, I don't know, a Beiji farm, right? So you can try and see if you can get into any of those. I'm not sure if I could in this case, but if you can, just go there and gather some stuff. That's always going to be good to just be passively generating more and more resources. But yeah, hope that was good for you. I'm pretty sure I forgot a lot of stuff, but if you want to be commenting on that, please go ahead and do so on the comments. Hope you enjoyed the video. Check out the links below on the description for Apto and how you can get more value out of your money by playing these games if you're going to be spending any money on them, and check out my code as well. And I'll see you in the next one. Yeah, see ya, bye bye.